Hi, my name is Steve, my business partner Austin, and today we're going to look at what's better for a bookkeeper, paid ads or content marketing. So the free version, and what's actually better, and advantages of each one, because each one does have some advantages. And we're talking about paid ads. We would talk about Facebook ads, which you can target, very specifically. Google ads, you can also target very specifically. Even if you look at Google Business Profile, you can end up in the top spot just by being sponsored. So those are all viable ways to do things, but which one's actually better? So the paid ads can get you quick results. This person probably gets clicks. I'm sure of that from taking that top spot up there. Edie Bailey, is that? Let's just look at how her stuff looks. Let's see if she's got any things going in the right direction. So she doesn't have a lot there. So it probably would be better suited for her to work a little more on this and start ranking higher. But um, she jumped everybody in the group by paying for that spot. So let's try to figure out if this was worth it and if these are good ideas. So um, there's two lines of thinking, and I won't paint the picture quite yet which way I lean towards. But paid ads, you're paying for the platform, Google, Facebook, Instagram. You can get your message in front of people, and you will get that. You can do a pay-per-click version. You can do per impression. You can even do per actual lead, where the person either calls or fills out the form. Um, but the moment you stop paying, then you stop getting that business. And for many, it's hard to pay enough to offset the cost. Um, you have to get very good at it, and your ads have to be very excellent. Content marketing, on the other hand, you're creating helpful content that people are searching for on your blog posts, in Google Business Profile, YouTube videos, any social media, anything like that. And they both work, but they work differently and on different timelines, and they're not equally suited to every stage of a bookkeeping business. So, what's best in the long term? That would obviously be content marketing, because once you get that going and people are searching for you and they can find you that way, that stays there. Those YouTube videos stay there. The social media stays there. So it's a much more long term, consistent business. But let's make sure we're giving paid ads a fair shake, and for that, I'm going to turn that over to Austin.
The case for paid ads. Um, First is they speed up the process. So if you need clients like now, uh, you can see Ede Bailey is already the top bookkeeper despite not probably putting in as much work. I can't say that for sure. I guess she's been around for 6 years. So, but if you really need clients now, like content, it's gonna be like much faster than trying to build it up over time. Scalability. Once you find an ad that works, you could just keep scaling your budget and just get leads like predictably. Targeting precision. Facebook and Google lets you target by location and demographics and specific behaviors, so you can get specific by who can see your offer, and it helps lead to more money. Um, but there are downsides. It requires a budget, and that budget will be lost whether the ads work or not. So, blowing $500 on a campaign that doesn't work is painful for a new bookkeeper. And ads often require testing, and a lot of campaigns don't work out the gate. So, you're paying for the hope, but the moment you stop paying, the traffic will stop. So, that's your risk.
So Austin gave some pretty compelling reasons to use paid ads, and now I'm going to give the other side of it. But there's no doubt about it. If you need the business right now, very quickly, then paid ads are the better route. Um, you will get clicks and those types of things. Hopefully you can convert that into the business. But if you pay for it, you will get you know the results that you're looking for. Hopefully you can turn a profit on it. But for content marketing, um, I believe, and I think Austin does as well, that it's the better long-term strategy for most bookkeepers. First, it builds trust. People trust you when they can see you on YouTube, when they see your blog posts, when they see the social media stuff, and you're saying stuff that makes sense to them. You're building trust. It Anybody can hand over money to a place to get something back, and people with a lot of money can do things that others can't. But in this particular case, bookkeepers that build trust are going to get more business. Um, I wouldn't necessarily be more inclined to click on this first one. In fact, when it comes to sponsored ones, I very rarely click on those. I don't know if I'm like everybody else, but I usually will look at the top ones that are not paid ads. Um, and because these other ones are more trustworthy at this point, they've got more reviews, and they got things optimized out better. And that, to me, that's more important. It might not be for everybody. The second thing is the compounding returns. Um, Putting content on builds up over time. You get bigger and bigger. As you're first starting your YouTube channel, you're going to be talking to nobody, and nobody's going to watch your video, at least not for a while. And it builds up a little bit at a time. You keep posting up there, and all of a sudden your stuff starts showing up, and you will start building things up. And then it stays on there. So, you might have made a video 6 months ago that got nothing, and now all of a sudden people are watching it. So content marketing is very, very good for the long term, and it's inexpensive. I mean, you can do it for free, and you will get business from it if you are consistent. The third is cost. Obviously, the advantage goes to content marketing because it's free. And it's very hard to make money placing ads. Maybe you're one of those lucky people that's great at it. Most are not. Most will lose more money than they'll make on it. So the only investment you're losing with content marketing is time, and I would be willing to spend time doing that which you're working on your business. That's worth it. Which one has better authority? Well, we come back down to content marketing again. People see you, they trust you because you're saying stuff that makes sense to them. You're saying stuff that's helping them. With the ads, you're not really building that. So, and especially in this particular market of bookkeepers, trust is everything, and content marketing builds that. But yes, it is slow. It is not fast, but it's worth it. Start right now. Start getting that content out right now. So at the end of the day, we looked at the pros and cons of each. What's actually better? If you're brand new, have zero clients, definitely content marketing. Don't risk a bunch of money on ads that may or may not work. Um, if you are generating money, you want to try your hand at it. Facebook ads, Google ads, you can target your specific area, your specific niche. You can try that out and see how it works. I would run a very small uh, type of thing where you just kind of test it, see if you can make money out of that, but keep doing your content marketing while you're doing that. I would continue to double down on content every time, blogs, YouTube videos, and maybe just even pick one or two that you're best at. You don't have to spread yourself over everything for content marketing, but find out what you're good at and do that. Um, and the mistake that I see people make with content marketing is thinking that you've got to do every part of content marketing, and then you get burned out. So they think they've got to do a YouTube video, they think they've got to do every type of thing, and it's hard to be great at all of it. I would suggest figure out the one you're best at, do that, and then use that idea to use it in the other markets. So in other words, if you do a YouTube video, take your ideas out of that, make a blog post about it, go to your social media, put it up on that. Use the same idea and just repurpose it, and so that makes it a whole lot easier to get yourself out there and get it done just how it's supposed to be. Uh, you have anything else, Austin? You agree with the content marketing part?
Mm-hmm.
So we actually use the content marketing part, as you probably know, and that's a big part of what we do in this business. Um, if LinkedIn is another good place to establish yourself, and put some posts in there, let people know that you know what you're doing. Small businesses will eventually start to see that, and they'll pay attention. All right, that's all I got for now. We will see you tomorrow.